Today we're making coffee cake muffins. I measured out all my ingredients and I recommend that you do so too. You can find a full list of ingredients and measurements in the link in the description. Remember to watch the video first so you can be prepared.
First, I'm going to sift my flour and baking powder. This is to make sure there are no clumps. If you don't have a sifter, you can use a wire whisk or a fork. When you're sifting, you can push the ingredients through using a rubber spatula or a spoon, or you can tap the sides of it with your hands. Now that my ingredients have all fallen through, I'm going to tap the sides of my sifter so I can make sure no ingredients are stuck to its stand. If your sifter doesn't have a stand, you don't need to do this step. Next, I'm going to add in my sugar. I'm going to mix this with a whisk to combine it, but you can use a fork if you don't have one. Now that it looks combined, I'm going to add in my melted butter. I melted it on the stove, but you can also use a microwave. I'm going to scrape the pan with a rubber spatula to make sure I get all the butter out of it. I'm going to whisk this into my ingredients. Now that it's all combined, I'm going to add in my egg, milk, and vanilla. I'm going to scrape the bowl of my egg with a rubber spatula. Now I'm going to whisk this together to combine it. It looks a little clumpy, but it will still work. Make sure you don't overmix it. Next, I'm going to make my streusel topping. To do that, I'm going to combine my sugar, flour, cinnamon, and melted butter. Then I'm going to whisk them together. If you don't have a wire whisk, you can use a fork, as I'm doing. Next, I'm going to scoop out my muffins. I'm using a tablespoon ice cream scoop, but if you don't have one, you can use a 1 tablespoon measuring spoon. Fill them a half or 3/4 of the way up, depending on your muffin tin. That way, the topping can be placed in the cup, which will make it less likely to fall out. Now, I'm going to put my streusel topping onto the muffins. So the streusel doesn't fall off, I'm going to press it into my muffins. It doesn't have to be perfect, it will taste good either way. Next, I'm going to put my muffins into the oven. It's preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. My muffins took 13 minutes to cook. I'd recommend setting its timer for 10 minutes, and if they aren't done yet, then set a timer for a few more minutes. When they're done, they should bounce back when you press your finger into them, or you can insert a knife and it should come out clean. I'm going to put them on a cooling rack to cool. And our muffins are done and looking delicious. Please let me know what you thought of the video in the comments and how the recipe went for you. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe so you can see when new videos are added. Thank you and enjoy!